Hi, and welcome back to Vanilla Extract. Greeting you from the roof. Well, I don't have a good reason for greeting you up here, but I am in a super good mood, so I don't know, roof time. But yeah, I'm in a good mood. Got a new pop filter finally. It's been like forever now, I think, since the last one decided that it wanted to go to kaput. So hopefully the sound quality in these videos is going to be a little bit better from now on. And we have some things to take care of. Also, look at this. Look at the amount of boxes here. Look at how full they are. Very full. You wanna know how long this usually takes? To not even have this many boxes, maybe like half this amount of boxes, you know? Maybe a couple of days, like 1 or 2 days, maybe 3, depending on the workload that I have during that time. You know how long this took me? 1 day. Look at my eyes. 1 day. Somehow, by some means of who knows how. 1 day. And just, I can't believe myself. I'm gonna be completely honest. I was setting out. I have 2 different parts. 2 different parts for this building. This building right here. Got 2 different parts planned for this. I don't know if we're gonna get to both. Probably only get to 1. But I have the materials for both. And it's quite tall. And somehow, by some miracle, I collected a lot of materials in a day. Which is good though. It's good, because it means we get to actually do stuff and things before the end of the season. Also, just take a guess on which one of these rows is the row for the wall material. Just take a guess. I don't know. What are you doing? Hold on, we have an intruder. What are you doing? What is going on here? Okay, yeah, hi. Wait, you can see me? I'm in free camp. You know what? We're gonna ignore that for now. BlackWolf was such an important help in this because you see all this copper here? There's a lot of copper, and I kind of fell into the same trap I always do, where I kind of forget that I use a lot of copper and keep running out of it, which, to be fair, my bad. But I was kind of panicking, and I was going through copper, and I was trying to find some trial chambers to get copper for, and well, I was not doing so good, and then BlackWolf out of nowhere was like, hey, you want to just like take the copper I had from my trial chamber? And I was like, yeah, yes I do. So he let me have, I think it was almost a double chest worth of copper, which like, I think may hold me for the rest of the season. The tip of the clock tower is going to take a lot of copper, so hopefully it can actually hold out. But speaking of BlackWolf, last episode, towards the end of the episode, we got this book with a mission. With a mission to find wolves. And I'm not gonna lie, I have seen a few. They are around here somewhere. And so I think my plan is to kind of drag them to my front porch here, which I guess, is this my front porch? What counts as my front porch? Because there's porches everywhere. There's a porch there. There's a porch over there. There's this area in the middle. But this is my storage system. So I'm guessing this would be considered my front porch. So yeah, we're going to bring them to my front porch somehow for him to pick up later. The only issue is we actually have to find them. And I did, while I was collecting materials, while I was going back and forth from my wolf farm, I did spot one. So there's one here. And there's actually another one over at the wolf farm right there. Which, this one is number 2. So we got 1 and 2, which is good. The only issue is I don't know how to move them because I can't just stand them up. That's not in my power. I mean, I can try, but nothing's going to happen. So the thought is, what if we just take a lead, just simple enough. Just take a lead and drag them. It might be a long ways, but you know, just drag them with the lead. And then all we have to do is take some scaffolding to get them up the blocks, right? Are you going to move? Oh no. Oh no. You're not gonna move. Okay. What do I do then? What do I do with you? I could just push you. This is gonna take a while if I just push them. Probably don't want to do that. You know what? You can stay there for now. My genius plan. And push the wolf until it gets where I want to go. I really wish I could just stick a lead on you. And I think if I put you in a minecart, I'm not gonna be able to lead the minecart. But if I stick you in a boat, be able to lead the boat and pull you, but you're not standing. So I don't think you would go in a boat. But then we have the issue of y'all being in boats, and then I don't want to make it a pain for BlackWolf. Pushing them is kind of working. Emphasis on the kind of. Okay, well, at least these two are by each other and in an open space, so I can actually find you again if I accidentally somehow wander off and can't find you. Let's go find some more. You wouldn't happen to put one in with the rest of the dogs, right? Oh, wait. Okay, well, there's number 5. So we know there's 1, 2, and 5. There's probably 5 in total. He wouldn't go much more than 5, right? Right? No, no, he wouldn't go much more than 5. There's no way he would just stash like a whole 70 dog army in my base. Ooh, okay, they do go up. They do go up slabs. This is what I need to know. So pushing them could work. I just need to grab some slabs and push them up a very hefty hill. In fact, let me go do that real quick. Let me get all the dogs that I found so far, put them on the balcony, my front balcony, and I'll be back with you in a second. I did it! In your face, doggies! So we got the 3 here. So we got number 1, number 2, and number 5. I have been all up inside my storage system, so I don't think it's there. I don't think there would be any more on that side. I could go check over in the blacksmith. Maybe it's the blacksmith. Yep. My brain is unmatched. We got the blacksmith. Cool. So somehow I need to bring you over. There's not another one of you in here, right? Ooh, I still need to put the trims on there. I know I saw someone suggest some. I'll put the trims on there before the end of the season. I promised that. I'll do it. Do it eventually. Okay, I'm not seeing any more. Time to get some slabs. Back to the routine of pushing a dog up terrain that takes a while to do. Yippee! Okay, I got him up here, so now we have these 4. But remember, there's 5. I don't know where the 5th one is. Well, we have number 5. I should say we don't know where the 4th one is. I have searched up and down my base, literally gone into each crevice. I even went up into the industrial area of this building right here. Because I thought, well, maybe there's a wolf up here. Why not? Why wouldn't there be? When I checked all over this place, I checked in the hay bales. I even checked in the little Narnia closet that we have going on back here. But lo and behold, there's nothing. There's not a single dog in this little place. I've been all over the wood area. They're not over here. They're not in the villagers because I keep going in there. They're not in where I like to strip wood because I've been in here. I've been stripping wood. I haven't seen anything. I don't see a dog anywhere in here. There's nothing. I've even looked up here. There's not anything up here either. I don't know where this dog could be because I think we got all the ones that were on the other side. Like, there's no possible way that there's yet another one on that side. I genuinely can't find this thing. Like, if it does exist, it's not here. I even checked the ruse. Like, that's how bad it is. I have no clue where this thing could be, and it's kind of driving me nuts. So we may need to go get BlackWolf at some point. He's not online right now, so we can't really get him over here to come help me look for this thing, or at least tell me what's happened, because something definitely feels wrong here. I don't think there's actually another wolf. So to distract us from that, let's do a little bit of building on the main clock tower, because I really want to see this base just get inches closer to being fully built. Oh, the sun going over the base kind of looks kind of neat. Anyway, I'm getting distracted. Let's do some building. Time lapse, go. And there we have it. We got some more towers put in here. The clock tower is actually being built up and it's coming alive, though right now it's a little short. Look at this. Look how many boxes we got rid of. Like, the pile is already dwindling. Not so much the walls. The wall pile is still quite large, but the rest of it's dwindling, and we got to use up a ton of these shulker boxes. So these are actually all empty now. But for the kind of lower portion of the clock tower, I wanted the bottom towers to look similar to everything else. So that's what I tried to do with its own little flair, because I didn't want all 3 buildings to look exactly the same. So we got some little minor differences, and other than that, I think they turned out pretty good. I definitely want to keep going up with the towers today just to see how tall this thing's going to be. I was going to originally do it in sections kind of like blocks, so like the towers plus the inside wall with it, but I don't think I want to do that. I think I want to do the full-on towers. But BlackWolf's on, and I want answers. Because these little buggers, they're still here, and I still can't find this last wolf. I've looked everywhere, and I don't know where. So, what better thing to do than ask the person who scattered them around here in the first place? Hello.
What's up, Kiwi?
I have a question.
Okay, what's up?
Are you able to come over to my base?
Yeah, I'm trying to find the nearest portal.
Yay, I see you. You made it. Okay, so I've taken the time to move all of them here, right?
Yeah.
I've been all up and down my base. I've looked in the trees literally everywhere. Is there a fourth wolf?
No, there's not a no fourth wolf.
So what I'm hearing is that I've spent hours looking for something that doesn't exist.
Yes.
This is kind of cheeky. Because for a moment, whenever I first started finding wolves, I found 1 in 5 first. So I thought it was maybe one of those pranks where it's just like the first number and the last number and nothing in between. But then I started finding the other 2, and I was like, okay, well then there has to be 5. And I've just been searching for a wolf that doesn't exist. Okay.
I got no clue how to get those almost off, but oh well.
Can the armor be taken off?
Yeah, by shields.
Well, you have fun with your new friends. I know they've been sitting here in the rain for a while now because I've been building. I should have put them inside somewhere.
Wolves like to be outside.
It's kind of funny to watch so many wolves just trailing on behind you.
Oh, you should have saw it when I took 57 plus wolves to that one location. It was so much fun. I had like 70, but most of them died on the way there.
Ooh, I mean, the Nether, I guess, is a very dangerous place.
Yeah.
Especially South Tunnel. Well, thank you for coming and getting your little menaces. You have a wonderful day.
You too.
Well, that stinks. I've spent almost 3 hours plus looking for something that doesn't exist. But hey, at least the wolves are gone now. Now they're not in my head. I don't have to worry about them or anything. And they're back with BlackWolf where they belong, which is great. They're no longer in my base. That's awesome. And now we can finally focus back on these towers over here. Let's just go into little free cam real quick. So like I was saying, I wanted them to match, and so it is using the same pattern actually. Basically, I don't know if you've noticed, but with all of these inner towers, I've used the exact same pattern for these walls because I wanted them to purposely look the same, whereas with some of these larger chunks, I purposely made them different. These larger chunks don't contain the same pattern, except for a couple different spots, like I think this pattern I used twice. So I wanted there to be that kind of change and difference. But with this one, because each of these is supposed to be different in some way, and the clock tower is pretty much going to be a combination of the buildings, I wanted to make sure that there was something from this building, hence the tower, something from this building, which is gonna kind of be the tower, but then also some of the stuff from up here, because this is a more advanced type of building. Because even here, I don't even know if I pointed this out, but you see this pattern? It's the same pattern from here, just compressed in a different way. I don't know, it's just like little details like that I keep throwing in here. But basically, I'm going to take some of these type details from this space up here and stick it on these upper portions of the tower, like this little supporting towers that I have scattered around. And then also, my other goal with these upper towers is to kind of balance out this portion, because I've been doing this little spiral motion as it goes up, where like this one's lower, this one's a little bit higher. Same thing with this next one. This one's even higher, and then after that, this one's even higher. So you get, in the end, this really big difference between this one and this one, which kind of looks like this. It looks kind of silly. So definitely with these upper towers, I want to make it stabilize itself, basically. Make it all the same height whenever it finishes at the very top. So that hopefully whenever we actually start making the top portion of the clock tower, that third section, it'll kind of be stabilized. It won't be a slanted little tower, because that would look kind of silly. Just like a slanted, almost like a leaning tower or Pisa clock tower type thing. That would look weird. But I also want to add more copper into some of these sides. So I think this side is the side that doesn't work out correctly. This side actually works out really well. And you'll understand what I'm talking about in a moment whenever you see it. But this side, the sections block up really nicely. This side does not. So I want to put copper in some of the places that I think are not going to line up correctly. As I was doing some stuff, because you see how all these are blocked? There's a block there, there's a block there. I'm still doing blocks. And that's how I know I'm like, maybe it won't line up. I don't know. I know I'm just rambling at this point, so we should probably get into the next time lapse so you can actually see what I'm talking about, and then I can go back to rambling on so you can actually have a visual of what it is I'm trying to say. So let's get to more building. Oh, that's so much better. Look how tall it is. And we got the outer supports done. So you can already kind of see just how big this thing's gonna be. Hold on, let me go land someplace that's gonna be safe. So here it is. The actual like upper towers. Now I have not decided if I want to put a roof on here yet. I've kind of gone back and forth if I want to put roofs on these or if I want this to go straight into the upper clock tower. And honestly, support wise, it makes a little bit more sense to put the clock tower head directly on top of these pillars. But also that would make for a very big structure. And while I do want this to go to build height, it might look a little weird and maybe a little top heavy. Though like clocks kind of do already look like that sometimes, so it might be fine. I'm not sure. Still need to play around with some stuff. But this is what I was kind of talking about. So obviously one of the aspects I took from this area of the base were these little lights. I decided to carry them over because why not? I mean, it kept the continuity and it looks really nice, though it does use a slightly different pattern on the sides, which just once again, it's just a simple cross pattern that's used in a bunch of these other patterns. Same kind of texture on the inside, same gradient, if you will. I did cut it off a little bit towards the bottom just because I felt like it didn't need to go all the way through the full gradient. So I started on the lighter side of things, especially since down here we already had the full gradient and we're going to have it again in the middle. It's gonna be kind of layered, but honestly my favorite thing in this entire build is probably this right here, these tanks. Because this is what I was talking about, how it doesn't line up perfectly except for these two, and even this one's like not exactly perfect. Because with here we got the chunk, and then we got the chunk, and then we got the chunk with the lights in between. Whereas like with this one, we got the chunk and the chunk, but no lights in between just because of how squished it is. And over here, it's the same way except it's expanded. So there's actually the start of some little blackstone areas that have some wires coming out of it. And then this one was the one that just didn't line up in the first place. I missed some snow. Whoops. Yeah, this one didn't line up in the slightest. So we got this like huge chunk. But honestly, I love it because I got to add these little canisters here and some almost looks more like wiring rather than piping. Except for this middle one. This one looks more like piping, but I think it looks super cool. And I might honestly remember these little barrels because I might make more in some future series. I don't know. I like the barrels. The barrels are kind of neat. But yeah, definitely liking how that's looking. And just, I'm so glad that I decided to start with the outside pillars rather than the inside. Because with this, you can kind of start to get a feel for how it's going to look. Though I do kind of want to put the middles in, I do not have the time to put the middles in this base because that would take forever. I mean, while I did get quite a bit of the resources taken care of, there's still quite a hefty chunk of boxes here that's just for these little middle sections alone. And I mean, coppers and no sortage, the walls, there's still a bunch of material, and there's just so much more. So yeah, I don't I don't think I want to do the walls right now. As I might actually burn myself out from doing it. This, I think in total, these pillars, both top and bottom, I think took 6+ hours, maybe almost 7 hours, somewhere around there. So yeah, not looking to do any more building right now. But oh my goodness, this place is getting forever cooler. An oddly enough, unintentional effect. But these upper portions were originally supposed to be not curved, they were supposed to be straight, but they ended up being curved. It was just how the pattern ended up going. I wanted it to almost be just like a cross section, and then it ended up looking like this. And honestly, I kind of like it more. Because like I said, it's not quite a true curve, but it's also not quite a straight line that intersects. It's this weird little in-between, and I kind of like it. Oh, and look at this. Before, I was able to maybe use a rocket to get up to where I was building, right? Yeah, no, with this, now I'm having to use 2, if not 3, to get up here. I mean, this thing is genuinely so tall. But I hope you've enjoyed the video, and as always, leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed watching me build this crazy thing and finding all of BlackWolf's wolves. Hopefully he doesn't prank me again. That would, and we're too close to the end of the season. I fear if he pranked me again, I would not be able to find all the wolves in time. But yes, as always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye!